welcome to another video. In today's lesson we will learn how to make the corner to corner granny style Afghan. The free written pattern will be located on my website. I will put the link in the description box. It also lists the colour that I have used. I used Red Heart Super Saver yarn. I've used one 7-ounce skein, which is about 200 grams of each colour, and I used 2 of the red. My Afghan is approximately 1 metre by 1 metre square, which is roughly 40 inches by 40 inches. If you'd like to make your Afghan larger, just add more increased rows. Of course, if you want to make it larger, you will need more yarn. I hope you enjoyed this video, so let's get started on the lesson. For our supplies, we will need a yarn needle with a large eye. We're going to need a pair of scissors, a crochet hook to go with your yarn. Worsted Weight normally recommends about a 5.5mm, but I like to use a 5 because I have loose tension. It's also a size 8. I'm going to say thank you for Tulip for providing the crochet hook for me. I'm going to be using scrap for the demonstration because when I make big projects it's really hard to get it into the camera space and to work with the camera at the same time. So I'm going to make a small sample, but as you've seen from the photos, I've actually made the bigger sample. I'm going to use the green for the main colour and then just use the blue for the border. So what we need to do, we need to chain 4. And don't do these really tight because we're going to need to work into them. Slip stitch to the first chain. And chain 4. Work 3 double crochets into the center of the ring. Chain 1 and 1 double crochet into the ring. And we want this loose because this is going to become one of our corners. What we're going to do is chain up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn our work around into the first chain 1 space. We're going to work 3 double crochets. Chain 1. Into the last chain 1 space, we're going to work 3 double crochet. Chain 1 and 1 double crochet back into that same space. So that actually sits like that. It looks a little bit weird at the moment because it's so small. So now we're going to chain 4. Turn our work around into the first chain 1 space. We're going to work 3 double crochet. Chain 1 into the next chain 1 space. We're going to work 3 double crochet. Chain 1 into the last chain 1 space. We're going to work 3 double crochet. Chain 1 and 1 double crochet in the same space. Chain 4. Turn our work around into the first chain 1 space. We're going to work 3 double crochet. Chain 1 into the next chain 1 space. We're going to work 3 double crochet. Chain 1 into the next space. We're going to work 3 double crochet. Chain 1 into the last space. We're going to work 3 double crochet. Chain 1 and 1 double crochet into the same space. And this will start to make our corner to corner. See how it's working from here and working its way out? If you find that your side bits aren't going even, you can actually, every second row where you've got the 3 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet into here, you can actually move that around. See how you can move that right across? So you can maneuver that around if you need to, just to straighten it up a little bit. Also, just by tugging like that, it'll straighten it up. And we repeat this row all the way until we get the width that we need. And we do need an even amount of rows. On my blanket I used 46 rows altogether. If you want to change colour, I will show you how to do that now. So on the last stitch of the row, you've got your chain 1 there, and you work your double crochet, pull through 2 loops, and normally you would grab this yarn and pull through those 2 loops, but to change colour, grab your new colour. So this is if you want a striped effect on your blanket. You lay the new yarn on top of the hook, pull across, and then just pull through those 2 loops like you would normally, and then make sure you leave about 2 or 3 inches so you can have a little bit to sew in, and then drop your green one, cut that off again at about 2 or 3 inches, and you can sew that in, and you continue on with your new colour. But I'm going to stay with the green just for my sample, so I want to keep that. And for the sample, I'm just going to make probably, I'll say 8 or 9 rows. I can't do 9 because it needs to be even. So 8 or 10 rows, and then we'll show you how to do the decreasing. But like I said, on my blanket, I've actually done 46. That is a lap blanket for myself. It's actually just for winter, just to keep on my lap when I'm on the computer to keep me warm. So if you wanted a sort of big size blanket, you would need a lot more than 46 rows. But again, the measurement across here is how wide your blanket is going to be. Okay, so also across there is the measurement that you're going to have your blanket, because it will square off. Our next row, if we did decrease, would go up like that. Alright, so continue on, and I will meet up with you when I've got a few more rows done on this, and I'll show you how to do the decreasing. Once we have our even amount of rows, I've got 10 altogether, it's time to start our decreasing. We chain 4, turn our work, and instead of working into here with our 3 double crochets, we skip that one and go into here. So into this one, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then we work all the way across, working the same thing. So continue until you get to the other side, and I'll show you what we do. So I'm just finishing off my last double crochet in that group of 3, chain 1, and into this space we're going to work 1 double crochet. We're going to chain 4, turn our work around, skipping this space, going into the next one, work 3 double crochet. Chain 1. Again, we're going to work all the way across. I've just done my 3 double crochet, chain 1, and into the last space we're going to work a double crochet, chain 4, and we'll repeat this all the way, and eventually we'll have one group of 3 double crochets left. So it'll look, we'll just have one on it like that. So we've done our chain 4, we're going to double crochet into this space, and we're going to do 3 double crochet. We're going to repeat that last row like I said, until we have just one little group of 3 left. Again, you can change colours as you go. I will meet you when we get to our last or second last row. So once we get to the end, we've got one little group of 3 left, and we're going to chain 4 and slip stitch into the last space. And then I'm going to change colours for my border, so I'm going to cut that off. And we'll have to sew in our ends. And if you've done what am I talking about? If you've changed colour, you will need to sew in any ends that you have, and if you have changed colour, you're going to have a lot of ends to sew in. But I do believe that the rainbow effect is amazing when you change colours. So I'm a huge fan of that, but I really don't like sewing in the ends. So fix up any ends that you have. I'm just going to sew that in a few times. Okay, so our border, I'm going to sew that one in later. Our border, I've got my blue. And if you've got scrap balls like this, if you're like me, they jump around all over the place and they end up on the ground. So if you've got a bowl, this is just an old bowl that we had. Oh, it even matches my yarn. Just put it in there, and when you pull it out, it's a lot easier. It doesn't end up jumping all over the couch and disappearing. And the cat chases it across the room if you've got one. So for the border, what do we got? Just need to change the page of my pattern. I do have a tablet, but I actually like the paper patterns. I don't know why. Is that weird? Okay, so it says join new colour yarn in corner space. Let's do that. Grabbing our crochet hook. I should have really sewed that in, shouldn't I? So corner space is up here. You could join it into any corner space because it's exactly the same what we do. So join that in. When you join it in, just push it over to the corner. It says chain 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm actually reading the pattern as we go, so that's why I go a bit blank sometimes. It says 2 double crochet, chain 2. So into that space, corner space, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 2. I've got to do that 2 times, so that's 1, so 3 double crochet, come on, there we go, chain 2, so that's twice, and then it says 3 double crochet into the same space. 1, 2 and 3. Skip a space, so we're going on the straight side now. It's just going to haunt me now that I didn't sew that in. Get across there. So it says skip a space, so here's our spaces along the edge here. So skip a space, 3 double crochet, so yarning over into that one, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet in the same space. And it says skip a space, so that'll be our next one we work into, and then repeat from star to star. So we want to do 3 double crochet, so we're skipping this one, go into that one, 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet into there. And it says repeat it across the straight edge. Okay, so skip a space into the next one. So I've skipped that one into that one, 3 double crochet, the colours just got louder. It's quite a warm day today. Chain 2, same space, 3 double crochet, and I'm going to keep the camera rolling because I've only got a couple left. Skip a space, so skip that one into that one, 3 double crochet, and of course if you have a lot more rows than me, you'll need to go across a lot more. Okay, so here's our corner space, and it says into the corner space do 3 double crochet, chain 2, and do that 3 times. So into the corner space, 3 double crochet, chain 2, and do it 3 times. I need to do it 2 more. So that's 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 2. That's 3 times, wasn't it? Here I am asking you. I'm the one teaching. So 3 double crochet, chain 2, so I've got that 1, 2, 3 times, and then 3 double crochet into the same space. So that was easy peasy. It looks a bit squashed there, but when we come around it does actually open those ones up on the next row when we come around and work into there. And we're going to repeat this all the way around, so that's what we do on our corners, and then we do this on our straight bit. So we'll skip a space, into the next one, work 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet. Okay, so we're going to repeat this all the way around. We're going to continue doing that bit on the straight, and then when we get to the next corner we're going to repeat exactly what we did there, and we're going to go all the way around until we get back to the beginning. When we get back around, we're going to join to the top of the chain 3 to finish off that round. And round 2 says slip stitch across to the chain 2 space. If you're changing colour, you will join it into the chain 2 space, but if you're not joining in a new colour, we're going to slip stitch across and into the chain 2 space, chain 3, 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet all into that same space. Into the next chain 2 space, 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet. Into the next chain 2 space again, chain 2, so there's that end again, told you it was going to haunt me, 3 double crochet, and every chain 2 space around, that's what we're going to do. Just getting up to those ends at the back there. So in each chain 2 space, which is here, here and here, we're going to work 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. That end is trying to get all the air time he can, isn't he? Get out. Okay, so next one, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. And we're going to repeat this all the way around. When we get back to our corner up here, it's just going to be exactly the same because there's only chain 2 spaces in here that we need to work into. So continue around until we get back to the beginning. When we get to the end, we're going to slip stitch to join into the top of the chain 3. And round 3 on the border says slip stitch across to the chain 2 space. So into the chain 2 space as well. Chain 1, 2 single crochet, chain 4, and 2 single crochet in the same space. Single crochet in the next 2 spaces, this is where we've got to be careful. I just did the mistake myself. We've got to make sure that we crochet into this stitch. See how it was hidden by that stitch there? So we need to single crochet in the first 2 stitches, because these 2 stitches here is where we do a decrease. So we're going into there, pull up a loop, leave it on your hook, go into the next stitch, pull it up, and then pull through all 3. And then in the next 2 stitches we're going to single crochet. So that's the easiest way to remember that. It's 2 stitches, decrease, 2 stitches. Into the chain 2 space we're going to do 2 single crochet, chain 4, and 2 single crochet. Into the next 2 stitches it's a single crochet, and as long as it's the one, see how it kind of they lean in, these 2, so it's those ones we want to decrease over, and single crochet into the next 2, into the chain 2 space, 2 single crochet, chain 4, and 2 single crochet into that same space. It gives these beautiful little points on the edges. So again, I'll just show you one more time. Into the next 2 stitches, we're going to single crochet. Going to decrease. Single crochet in the next 2. And then 2. Single crochet, chain 4. And then 2 single crochet. We're going to repeat this all the way around until we get back to the beginning. Oh, we can see my junk. Going to continue on, and this actually looks really pretty, these colours together. I didn't think they would go together. They're actually really nice. Continue around. I've got a little doll's blanket as well. Until we have it all finished. And then we are going to join with a slip stitch when we get back to that very first single crochet there. So I'm going to repeat it all the way around, and I'll meet up with you when we get back to the beginning. When we get to the end, we're going to slip stitch the first single crochet. And then pull through. Cut off our yarn about 2 to 3 inches, and then pull that out. Then we're just going to sew in our ends, and what I'm going to do is just sew in to the back of the single crochet. And then weave it up. And of course, if you've got any other ends to sew in, make sure you've sewn these in as well. Got that one that was always haunting me, and that starting chain, starting thread. That looks so pretty. You can block it if you want to. I'm not going to bother because I kind of like that frilly edge. It's got a slight frill to that. It's gorgeous. Which way does it go? That way. You've got the lines crochet going across. So I hope you enjoyed that project. Please subscribe, there will be plenty of more videos to come. Please share your creations on our Facebook page. We'd love to see what you've been up to and the colour combinations that you've used. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget the free written pattern is on my website. I will put all the links that you need in the description box. Thanks for watching. Till next time, happy crochet.